Yes, namaste and good evening. Welcome to the ninth session of Arthritis Support Network. We are meeting almost after a gap of 2 months, and there was a reason behind it, as I mentioned in the group, the WhatsApp group that we have, that I myself went through a flare up, and that was not because of something that happened on its own. There were some mistakes I did, and I felt it very urgent to share with you all that what mistakes, even after so many years of experience, one can do. So that's the main purpose of this session. And my mistake was related to exercise that I did. So that's why I have like curated a session today with the help of Pooja Rumta regarding the do's and don'ts of people with arthritis. So before I start the session, in the first session, we did something called as Rise and Thrive Challenge, wherein one of the challenges was to exercise 30 to 45 minutes every day. So how many of you do that on a regular basis? At least 4 to 5 days in a week? Awesome. Great. Yes. So this is, I would say, a non-negotiable thing. We have to exercise even if you have arthritis, even if you don't have arthritis. Exercise has, yes, benefits for your joints, muscles, which you'll learn today. But apart from that, just consider this as a duty. Yeah, don't expect anything in return. Just like we eat, just like we brush our teeth, exercise should be like our second nature. It is that good for our health, and I would say it is one of the best medicines. Yeah, that we can free medicines that you can give to yourself. So good to see so many hands raised up. So before taking much time, I'll just start the presentation today. Before I start the presentation, let's play a game. Yeah, we will play a true or false game. You can type in the chat box. Please don't unmute, otherwise it may get a bit cluttered. So I'll share a word file, and there are one question will come up. You have to type true or false in the chat box. Okay. Let's see who gets the most right. Can you look at the screen? Pooja, show me a thumbs up. Yes, great. So the first question is: people with arthritis should completely avoid exercise. An easy one. True or false? Okay, false, no, yes, yes, obviously. I think most of you will agree with this that this is a false statement that people with arthritis should not avoid exercise. In fact, gentle, regular exercise is essential in arthritis. Next question. Mild stiffness after exercise is normal, but sharp joint pain is not. I repeat, mild stiffness is normal, but sharp joint pain is not. True. True. Sonali says true. Hirel true. Yes, yes, I think everybody got it right. Yes. Mild stiffness, mild soreness, that is quite normal. So we have to learn to differentiate between what is soreness and what is pain. So anytime if you get a sharp shooting pain in your joint, the affected joint, you should take a break. You should understand that something has went wrong and you need to change something. Great. I have a good audience today. Third is strength training is unsafe for people with arthritis. True or false? Okay, Anshu says true. The safe also Anshu is the odd one out. Initially, okay, Madhavi is like a politician here. She is like initially. And okay, so I have a divided audience here. A few of you are saying true, not true. Initially, it is unsafe. Okay, let's see what science says. It is false. In fact, strength training is important. Strength training doesn't mean you go to a gym and start lifting weights like Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, that is not the right understanding of strength training. But when we're done with light resistance bands and proper form, it is very good. In fact, you can use your own body weight also, like we do in planks, all those things. So it is false. Strength training is very safe for people with any kind of arthritis, but it has to be done under expert supervision. Okay, next. It's better to do short, regular exercises than long, irregular ones, easy ones. True. Yes. It's always better to do short, regular exercises. ऐसा नहीं कि हम you do just once a week for 1 hour and then skip the entire week. So better to do 10 to 20 minutes daily rather than skipping it altogether. Okay. Next question. Swimming and cycling are examples of joint friendly exercises. Okay, I think we should stop the session here. Everybody's getting all the answers right. Great. Great. This knowledge is important. All these things. Yeah, I think everybody agrees with this. Yes, these are very easy on the joints, especially swimming. If you have access to a swimming pool, or if you can exercise in water like aqua therapy or something, you can do. So your body weight literally halves. आपका बॉडी का वेट आधा आधा हो जाता है अगर आप पानी में एक्सरसाइज करते हैं. इट इज एक्सेलेंट फॉर योर जॉइंट्स. So I'm sharing a bit in Hindi also. If anybody doesn't understand, you can type in the chat box. I'll translate that for you. Okay. I feel good one day, then I should double the exercise to make up for lost days. False. Absolutely. Yes. Never, like, it's not like if you do half today, then you can do double tomorrow. It's not never the case with exercise. Great. Skipping warm up and cool down is fine if I'm short on time. Suppose I have only 20 minutes, and then can I skip my warm up and cool down? Sonia ji is saying no. Okay. But I have only 20 minutes. What to do? No. Okay. False. Not at all. Yes. That is very important. So if you have only 20 minutes, do only warm up, or do warm up with pranayama or similar things, but never like take the car in fifth gear straight away. Like how you drive a car, you go from first gear to fifth gear, and opposite also you don't directly put on brakes. So it is very, very important to do proper warm up and cool down. Okay. Next, breathing steadily during exercise is as important as the movement itself. Is the volume okay, Pooja? Somebody said volume is low. Okay, I think Olivia, you need to check your connection because others are saying it is right. Yes. So this I learned at the Yoga Institute Santa Cruz. So what they did, they merged exercise with pranayam. So they rarely do pranayam separately. They say that you can do along with exercise. So yes, breathing steadily is very, very important. In fact, that will help you avoid injuries also. Okay. Running on hard surfaces helps strengthen arthritic knees. So somebody has arthritis. So will running help? Okay, Rashmi saying false. Okay, let me see what others says. I think everybody agrees. No. Avoid high impact activities. In fact, walking also. So if somebody has severe osteoarthritis of the knee or even starting stage, you should be very careful with walk. First, you have to strengthen the muscles of your quadriceps, the muscles around your knees, and then only go to walking. So a general rule that I teach to my students is that do short periods of 10 to 20 minutes and do it 2, 3 times together. So you cover actually 30 to 40 minutes, but you are not doing it at a stretch. Always take breaks. So running is a big no for people with arthritic knees. Yeah. And last, comparing my ability with others will motivate me to do more. Yeah. What your neighbor is doing, what the other person is doing. True. Okay. Rashmi is saying true. Okay. Vandana is saying true. Comparing. Yeah. This is slightly, I would say, subjective. Sometimes, yes, comparison may help, but especially when you are in a flare-up or if you have severe arthritis, it can be demotivating also to see someone close to you. He can like stretch so much, I cannot do so much. Yeah. So it's false, I would say, because see, everybody is like going through their own journey. Yeah, it's a very individual, bio-individual thing, and comparison actually harms more. Well, ideally, we should not compare. It's always best to like do what uh, you can do within your pain-free range. Yes. So I think we are on the same page, more or less. We all got the right answers. So what happened to me? Okay, so I was doing quite well for the last 17 years. I started health coaching. I started Forever Young. I started a arthritis support network with a bank. Suddenly in February this year, I started getting pain in my buttocks. So I have ankylosing spondylitis, wherein primarily the pain happens in buttocks, and this time the pain was a sharp shooting pain. So earlier when I used to get a flare, it should settle in about 2, 3 days. This time also it settled, but the frequency increased. I got pain, it settled in 3 days. Then I got in March also, I got in April also. And in July when it happened, it didn't settle for a month. So me being a health coach myself, I did my own health coaching. So first I thought it was some sort of sleep deprivation because I did 2 courses last year. I thought it may be due to too much of hustle that I took up too many things, my work also, and my health coaching also. So I brought down that I didn't do any session, but still pain was there. So I went to a doctor around 15 days ago, and on doing the imaging tests, I came to know that there is a labral tear in my hip joint. Doctor told that there is a, and when I came to know that, I avoided a few exercises which was triggering the pain. And within 4 to 5 days of avoiding those exercises, my pain went away. So I was suffering for 6 months due to some mistakes. Please increase your voice volume. Mm, how's the volume, others?
So
Anjana
I
ji.
It's
can I
fine.
can hear
It's
it.
fine. We
It's
can hear
absolutely
you.
fine.
Okay, sorry. So I think your voice is not proper.
For me also it is good.
Great, great. So when I came to know that there was a tear in my hip joint in the between my hips, I just avoided a few exercises, and you will be surprised what was the reason for the tear. I started a new physiotherapy. So what the physiotherapist did, because my hip joint was stiff, with very good intentions, she tried to open it, and while opening it, the tear happened. So that's why I felt the need for this session today. That so many of us try many things on the internet. You go to a new physio, you go to a new coach, you hire a new trainer, you go to the yoga institute, you go to other places, and we do these mistakes inadvertently and we suffer. And doctors told me directly, first take medicine. मैं बोला, no, I'm not sure. I don't want to start medication straight away. Let me test first. Let us diagnose first. And this tear came. And within 5 days, entire pain went away. Today I'm taking this session again. I've started my coaching again. All the normal work has started just because of avoiding certain things. So this is the reason sessions were not happening, and I just hope it stays this way and we can do a more regular session. So I'll start my PowerPoint presentation today, and then I'll let you know the do's and don'ts in between the session. Yeah, we have already covered a few points in true or false. I'll quickly run through those points which are repetitive. If you feel I'm going too fast, you can always type in the chat box if you don't understand anything. Okay. So this is session 9, exercise and arthritis, do's and don'ts. So first a disclaimer like I always give. So this is just for educational purpose. Don't consider this as a professional medical advice. Always consult a professional before doing any changes in exercise or diet. And last but not the least, please do not stop any medication on your own. Even when my flare up was there, I did take some medications. Doctor gave some medications initially, which I took, and now it has stopped. But yeah, I did take some medication myself. Yeah. So exercise is medicine. See, I always say exercise daily, but now I'm adding a but there from my experience, only when done the right way. Okay. So imprint this in your mind. This should be in your subconscious that we all are unique. What is right for me may be wrong for you, and vice versa. So you have to do the exercise the right way. And but again, miss your meals, but that should not be an excuse to miss your exercise, because only medications or only injections or these kind of things are not enough when it comes to arthritis, because arthritis does bring about mechanical changes in your body. That is when exercise comes into play. So miss your meals, but never miss your daily rounds of exercise. So this is a gentle reminder what I have given earlier also. Objective of today's session is to understand what movements help and what movements harm in arthritis. Okay, why exercise is important? Yes, it improves your mobility, reduces stiffness, better mood, joint protection, stronger muscles. Yeah, so this is reason enough for everyone, not only people with arthritis, but everyone should exercise. Yeah, but this is also important. It is like exercise provides nutrition to your joints. So all over our body, there are tissues, there are arteries which carry nutrition through blood, but joint is the only place where there are no arteries in our body. So it is only through movement that nourishment is brought by the synovial fluid. So there is a fluid in our joints which gives nutrition to the joints. Thus, exercise promotes good joint nutrition. If any of you or any of your family members have gone through a knee replacement surgery, next day the patient is asked to walk. You have to put pressure on the joint. Why? Because that is the only way to make the implant stronger, get it implanted in the body. There is no other way. So again, I'm saying exercise is very, very important, but do it in the right way that will provide good nutrition to your joints. Risk of wrong exercise. This I'm adding new. Yeah. So flare up, not like in my case, because of wrong exercise, increased pain, faster wear and tear. So here again a warning, I have few people in my classes also with osteoarthritis of knee. They started feeling better and now they sit for cross-legged 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours out of overconfidence. See, you may not feel any pain initially, but what happens is, since there is wear and tear, since there is osteoarthritis, you start feeling good, and then you become overconfident and start walking 15,000 steps, start climbing mountains, going for treks, sitting cross-legged. Actually, you are increasing the rate of wear and tear. So if there are certain don'ts that you should not do this, it means you should not do that. We have to accept that we have certain limitations. Gradually, it may improve over time, but going beyond a certain point, you are risking flare up. First rule of exercise should be avoid injury, avoid flare up. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अच्छे को और अच्छा करने जाएंगे तो बुरा होने का चांस होता है. So like I was doing very well. I actually didn't need any physio. I took my mom. She underwent breast cancer surgery. I liked the place. I thought, why not try it myself? And for अच्छा करने गया तो I suffered for 6 months. So always be aware that if doctor has said no, there is a reason behind saying no. If the physio is saying no, there is a reason behind saying no. That you should avoid these movements, especially we get carried away when we see someone running a marathon, maybe lifting very heavy weights. Array, I can also do this. Why not? Let me try this. Squatting, people with osteoarthritis of the hip and the knee, squatting is a big no. But still, many my students also they start squatting on their own. I keep shouting, don't do. So you're risking that. Like my flare up increased, you may also on bad days it may flare up badly. Yeah, so be very very careful with what movements give you pain. Maybe you can maintain a journal or a log of what activities give you pain, and then analyze yourself or with a coach or a physiotherapist whether you should be doing that or not. So always remember, exercise is good, but there are a lot of risks also with exercise. Okay, exercise is not optional, it's essential, but must be tailored. Tailored means it is very, very bio individual as per your condition. So mistake also, one more mistake that I did was that, so I'm just standing up. One more mistake that I did, I didn't do an X-ray initially. I was so overconfident that it will settle down on its own. I didn't tailor it to my condition. And when I tailored it to my own condition, the wear and tear of the hip that has happened because of the injury, all the pain went away. So always remember, seeing someone on YouTube or seeing someone on social media, on Instagram, don't start risking yourself doing a lot of malasan or all these things. These can be actually harmful for you in the long run. Okay, so I've curated 10 rules, general rules for people with any kind of arthritis. This is applicable for most kind of arthritis. First is exercise should be gentle, joint friendly, and gradual. इसको आप दिमाग में पूरा छाप लीजिए. It is so so important. Gentle. Why? Because the joints are already inflamed. It is already, there is some disease activity going on, and if you put too much pressure on it, वो पहले से घायल है, उसको और घायल होने का रिस्क होगा उसको. Okay, it is injured and it may, the injury may aggravate. Joint friendly, like I said, if a certain joint is compromised, don't put too much pressure on that. There are other joints in the body also which are equally important. So focus equally, I would say, on the entire body rather than just one joint and just over exercising that joint itself. And it should be gradual. Don't try to do PhD in one session, or don't try to like become a Usain Bolt, that I can do this, I can do that. It can get very risky. Yeah. Second rule is start slow, listen to your body. As I said, never compare yourself with others. When I went to the Yoga Institute in 2008 for the first time, they gave me only 4 to 5 asanas. It was so boring. I used to do that 4 to 5 asanas thrice a day for about 3 months, thinking that when will they teach me the next asanas? At that time, there was no internet. Thankfully, I'm blessed. There was no internet and no, not so much gyan on social media. So I just did that, and my arthritis settled. I didn't do thousands of asanas and doing headstands and risking my cervical and risking my spine, because cervical was also affected. So start very slow. Listen to your coach, listen to your trainer, listen to your physio. And as I said, warm up is very important. So what I do when I tell all my students and clients, always take a warm shower. So I shower 3 to 4 times in a day, thrice to at least I do. Before the session also I took a shower because I knew I would be immobile for an hour. So take a shower, hot shower, warm shower, let the blood circulation start, then do your exercises. Don't think that yeah it is very kaun karega yaar, it is like too much work and all these things. Going to a doctor is not a very good thing. Yeah, you spend time there also, so better time spend time warming up your joints and muscles. Yeah, or maybe you can use a hot water bag. Sometimes shower may not be possible, so what you can do is use a hot water bag before your exercise. Okay, so your joints should be properly warmed up. Okay, the second rule. Third rule is, as I said, choose low impact activities. So running a marathon is not for us. Yeah. There may be odd stories. There may be odd stories. Like I also ran a half marathon, but that was a big risk. Odd stories would be there where people in their 90s running marathons and all. But if your body doesn't allow, don't risk. It's not worth the risk to try running or jogging or too much of contact sports like soccer, all those things you should avoid. Maybe play table tennis, these kind of sports, pickleball, yeah, maybe you can try that. These kind of new sports that have come up, which is less hard on the joints. Maybe badminton with your family members, you can play those kind of sports, but it should be low impact. Just see how your body responds when you play. Learn to differentiate between soreness and joint pain. Some bit of soreness will be there if you start any new activity, but you should know whether if it settles. The general rule is that if it settles within 24 hours, it's good for you. If it goes beyond 24 hours, you have done too much. Either that exercise is not for you or you're doing too much. Okay. Fourth is strength training. So I think few people got wrong here. Strength training is very, very important for us. But it should not be with heavy dumbbells or fancy equipment. You just need light resistance bands, maybe a towel, maybe your own body weight sometimes, like we do planks, we do push-ups, all these things, whatever is within your limits. Maybe you can use very light ankle weights also for people with osteoarthritis of the knee. That's very good. Doing leg extension with ankle weights, these kind of exercises are very, very easy to do also. But don't ignore strength training. Mistakes people do, what I come across, they just do walking. And in fact, a lot of walking is harmful for them. You should not do that. Sometimes walk, sometimes cycle, sometimes do strength training, sometimes do yoga, sometimes do Pilates. So many options are there. So do a variety rather than sticking to one form of exercise. But do include strength training, I would say, at least twice in a week. So in our group classes also, we have made it a point that twice in a week at least, we do some form of strength, either with bands. So I mostly use bands, very light dumbbells, 1 to 3 kgs, or towels or body weight. That's it. We don't go beyond that. Okay. Do range of motion exercises. So again, not only the affected joint, but your entire body. Because what happens in especially rheumatoid arthritis, people with RA or AS also, ankylosing spondylitis, inflammation can spread to other joints. So it is very important to maintain the range of motion for the entire body, not only for the affected joint. Okay. Rule number 6, consistency or intensity. I think we have covered this, very, very important. Daily 10-20 minutes is much better than doing just 1 hour weekly. Rule number 7, posture and alignment. I think I had covered this in past sessions. I'll cover this also in the practical session going forward. What is the right posture to sit, stand, walk? Correct form prevents joint overload. This, I think, this education is very important. I will cover this in detail in future. What is the correct posture, sleeping posture, sitting posture, standing posture. If you want to lift anything from the floor, all these things matter a lot when it comes to arthritis. Cool down, as I said. If the car is in fifth gear, you have to bring it down to fourth, third, second, first. People doing yoga or any form of exercises always end with shavasana. Do two asanas less, but always do shavasana. It is very, very important. Rule number 9 is neat. Any idea what is neat? Anyone? Yeah, other than my students. Yeah, what is neat? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You can unmute and speak if you have any idea. Yeah, there is no negative marking, by the way, so no need to fear. Yeah, so my daughter is appearing for an exam and there are negative marking, so she is fearful of. Yeah, no idea. Okay, so need is every movement that you do. Yeah, something has come in the chat box. Let me check. Walking example of need. Walking is not neat, I would say. It's a, yeah, but doing all the activities other than exercise, like climbing stairs, like parking your car away from the destination slightly, so you walk to your destination, doing your household chores. Yeah, that is example of neat. So including activity. So suppose if you exercise 30 minutes in the morning and then you are sedentary for the rest of the day, that is also not right. You have to be active throughout the day. So as a general rule, I say every 90 minutes at least walk 500 steps. But again, people with knee issues, be careful. Go as per your doctor's advice. But in general, for others, it is very good. So try to be active throughout the day, other than exercise also. Sedentary, if you are sedentary, it will increase your um, arthritis, pain, and stiffness. And last but not the least, maintain proper balance between rest and exercise. Recovery is equally important. So you get motivated after sessions and you start exercising thrice in a day and full throttle, and after 4 days you come to me, or my pain increased after exercise. No. So alternate between exercises. Like suppose if you do strength training today, maybe you can go for a walk tomorrow, or maybe you can do gentle yoga tomorrow, but allow those joints and muscles to recover. See, when you exercise, actually exercise, muscles are broken down. Okay. And recovery happens through right nutrition and rest. These two things are equally important. So one of the participants from arthritis group came to me, and he used to exercise twice in a day, with intermittent fasting and raw food diet, and he lost so much of weight. He lost around 25 kgs weight, and that can be very very risky, because losing so much weight, because your body doesn't like this boom and bust cycle, that you go boom and bust and boom and bust and you lose a lot of body mass and body weight. No, don't take a risk with your health. Moderation is the key when it comes to exercise. So give equal importance to rest, but this is not a license to not exercise. Okay, so don't consider rest. Yeah, Manish has told rest is important, but yeah, movement, whenever the movement is also important, 5 to 6 days a week. So usko bhi aap yaad rakhna. Don't forget that also. Okay, so these are the 10 rules for exercises that are there. There are some general guidelines. One, people with arthritis exercise in a warm room. Okay, so don't turn on the fan or AC and these fancy things that are there. No, you should actually keep your muscles warm during exercise. Very important. Yeah. Exercise duration maximum 45 minutes. This is another mistake people do, is they exercise and then go for a walk, then go for a swim, then go for a dance, then do this, then do that. No, exercise actually it creates something called as oxidative stress in our body. So exercise, like medicine, should be taken in the right dosage. If you take the wrong dosage, you are bound to injure yourself in the long run. So in my classes also, what we do is 20 minutes of talk, 40 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of cooling down, pranayam, chanting, meditation, done. Never ever I have went beyond 40 minutes and people are losing weight. They are reversing their arthritis and they are feeling good and this and that, just with moderate exercise. No intense fancy exercise. We do very light. So make it a rule, 45 minutes, done. If you want to do sometimes twice in a day, like in my case, people with um, ankylosing spondylitis, or if you have a tendency to get stiff, but alternate between body parts. It's not that you are exercising legs in the morning, legs in the evening, legs next day. No, sometimes upper body, sometimes lower body, sometimes only neck, sometimes only wrist. So you have to be careful with these things also. Okay? Choose the time of the day when the pain is least and medication is having maximum effect. So many of you I know are on medications. Please do not stop any medications. So when you take medication, pain comes down. That is the golden period to exercise. So when you do this regularly on a loop for weeks and days and weeks, gradually you will see your dependence on medicines is reducing, especially NSAIDs and painkillers that we take. Your dependence will reduce. So suppose people with AS mornings are very stiff, or people with RA also sometimes. So I tell them, don't exercise in the morning. First, get up, do some gentle movements, take a hot shower, do some self massage, and then maybe start your exercise around 10 o'clock. Don't directly jump to exercise with stiff joint. It won't happen, or you may struggle. Yeah. So choosing a time of the day also is very important. Then for people with osteoarthritis of the knee, there is a knee pad that I've ordered. I will share the link in the group later on. Please somebody remind me if I forget. So there is a nice knee pad that I use. So whenever we do cat cow pose or any poses sitting on the floor, you can place that below your knee, below your ankle, just to give a cushioning to your knee and your ankle. It is very good. I think few of my students also use that. I use that myself personally, although I do not have any issue. So I don't wait for that to occur and then do take any precautions. So use this knee pad. It's a very simple knee pad. I think I don't remember the brand. I will share in the group later on. Yeah. Then again, with people with osteoarthritis of knee and hips, avoid sitting cross-legged on the floor. Yeah. This again, sometimes we take up as a challenge that I can do it. I will show to the world that I can do it. My pain also increased when I sat for a puja for 3 hours. So there was a puja my father organized, and I sat there for 3 hours, and my pain just shot up. Yeah. So avoid sitting cross-legged if you have these two kinds of arthritis. Then maybe you can use yoga blocks, belts, bands, pillows, all these props that are there. Um, but do it under expert supervision. So these just make your exercises easier. No harm in using this. I use them myself. Always work with a certified coach or physiotherapist. In fact, I worked with a physiotherapist and it went bad. Yeah, so I've added one more line that do share your imaging reports, your X-rays and your MRIs with the physiotherapy or the coach. And if he doesn't know to read that, he's not the right person for you. Okay, so if the tear was there and I did my exercises, how my pain went up. So always very, very important. Nowadays, there is a fashion that people just start YouTube and start exercising on their own. It's very risky. Yeah. So use social media with caution. All the WhatsApp and the Instagram universities of the world, all the Facebooks of the world, it can go very dangerous. Especially comparison happen when you are on social media. Na, oh, Manish can do this. Why can't I do that? But yeah, my journey has been for 25 years. Your journey is there for 1 year. Every body is different. The disease activity is different. The affected joints are different. How can the exercise be the same for both of us? Yeah, have reasonable expectations. Like I said, don't think that you can become the next Hrithik Roshan or Arnold. You may become. See, I'm not saying that you cannot become that, but having reasonable expectations going gradually will help you. Don't just go and start doing a lot of exercises on the first day in a gym or in a yoga class. In fact, in the yoga institute, for the first 3, 4 years, I always sat on a chair. I was told by the teachers at the institute, don't sit on the floor if you're getting pain. If it's aggravating your pain, do not sit. Then I started sitting slowly for 5, 10 minutes. It's only recently that I gained confidence to sit for hours, but yeah, it did aggravate my pain. So I've again stopped doing that. So having reasonable expectations also will help you. And last but not the least, you use it or lose it. This is for your muscles. I know, having gone through a flare up myself, it becomes very, very challenging on days of flare up, on days of pain. But if you don't move, if you just sit, if you just lie down, your muscles will become weaker progressively over time. This is especially important for all the senior citizens here. Yeah, so even my a few people I know in my family, they just sit and see social media the entire day, and then they come up with a shoulder pain, they come up with a back pain, they come up with hip pain. That Manish, what happened to me? Or what you can see. And when I say that this could be the reason, they don't agree. See, if your muscles are not active, they are bound to degrade. That's the rule of muscle because uh, you tend to lose muscle mass, in fact, after the age of 30. This is for everyone, not only people with arthritis. So that's why I said at the start of the session, exercising is very, very important. Yeah, so these were some general guidelines. Quickly, I'll cover the don'ts. I think we have covered this. Keep it simple. Yeah. So next time when you hear the adage, no pain, no gain, no, it is not for arthritis. Okay. If there is pain, stop. No pain, no gain, bhul jao, forget it. Yeah. Don't ignore pain, the sharp burning pain, something is wrong. Don't do high impact. Don't skip warm up, cool down. I think we have covered these days. Don't overdo on good days also. I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling on top of the world, and I start 100 push ups and 20 lunges and 40 squats and whatnot. Gone. Avoid this boom bust cycle. Again, very important, don't hold your breath. Because in most forms of arthritis, chest expansion is also affected. So when you try too hard to hold your breath and compare yourself with others, always tell your yoga teacher or your trainer or coach that you have arthritis and you should not hold breath for long. It can be detrimental for your cardiovascular system also. And last but not the least, your body is unique. Focus on what you can do rather than comparing yourself with others. It's not about perfection. Don't aim to get that perfect yoga pose and the perfect sukhasana and that padmasana and I can do this, I can do that. It's gently honoring what your body can still do. I know some of you ankles are affected, some of you knees are affected, some of you shoulders are affected. But what about other parts of the body? Yeah, take care of them. Yeah, उन्होंने क्या what mistake they have done. Yeah, so give equal importance to your entire body, and I would say be grateful. Thing with me, one mistake again happened is I was not ready to accept that me being a coach, how can I get a flare up? And I didn't consult a doctor, I didn't do x-rays, and I was very confident that through my own approach, I will be able to cure myself. Acceptance is very, very important. So once I accepted, yeah, even I'm a human being and I can fall ill and this can happen to me also. Believe me, half of the pain was gone when I accepted it. And then obviously I did the diagnosis and everything. And when I came to the root cause that, yeah, it's not only my routine and sleep, but yeah, there is actual tear in the body. Healing happened. Yeah, I just stopped doing the activities that hurt me. But acceptance was very important. So don't question yourself too much that why this is happening to you, why this is happening to me, and what mistake I did in my previous birth and all those things. And you start doing all the fancy things, all the rituals and this and that and Shani ki dasha and ye dasha, wo dasha. Chill, relax. If you see 10 people on the road, nine are having some of the other issue. But it's up to you how you look at it. So I would say have gratitude for your disease also that if God has given you this, it is for a reason. Maybe the reason is not clear to you now. But don't start criticizing yourself. Where's the disease? Disease is in your body. It's not somewhere out of you. And if you get a cut here, will you chop off your hand? Hmm? Or will you start abusing your hand? Or start abusing God? Why did you get a cut here? Then why with arthritis? I know it's very challenging. It's easier said than done. Manish, what will you know? I can't walk. I can't do this. I can't do that. If I went through that, I know people. I'm like in this field for last 13 years. I've seen many get bedridden also. But even in that stage, you can be grateful for so many things. So always gently honor what your body can still do and do that. Maybe your right shoulder is affected, do something with your left. Be creative, find out ways. If your fingers are affected, suppose you have rheumatoid arthritis, your fingers have become crooked. Use your arms, use your forearms to open the door, use your forearms, yeah. Carry a fancy purse or a fancy bag on your forearms, yeah. So many things you can do. So life should not stop. Whatever problem you have, I know it's gets very challenging some days, but let's not give up. Yeah, giving up is never an option. Yeah, your pain is real. Yeah, but so is your strength. Yeah? So just keep working on your strengths. Gradually you will see your weaknesses disappear, like it happened with me. When I just first worked on my strengths, I just did what was needed in the moment, and here I'm taking the session back again. And it's a very very I would say that one day I told that I will not take sessions, and within 4 days the pain disappeared and I'm here back again. So there is always a ray of hope. Believe me, if you keep looking for it, never ever give up in life. If you give up, half the battle is lost there itself. Yeah. So let's take a pledge today, everyone. Let's sit erect. सब खड़े एकदम सीधा बैठ जाइए. Come on. Everybody sit erect. And I'll repeat a few sentences. Close your eyes. If you want, you can close your eyes. I will share this in the group later on. Yeah. Just take a deep breath. Inhale. Take a very deep breath. And exhale from your mouth and relax your shoulders. Once again, take a deep breath, inhale and exhale from your mouth. Relax your shoulders and arrive in the moment. Let's take a pledge today. I pledge to move my body every day with kindness, care, and compassion. I pledge to listen to my joints and respect their limits. I pledge to choose exercises that support my strength, flexibility, and balance. I pledge to stay consistent, even if only for a few gentle minutes. I pledge to remember that movement is my medicine, not my punishment. I pledge to celebrate small steps, knowing each one builds a healthier future. At every step that you are taking, even the tiniest of steps, are taking you towards your healthier future. Slowly and gently open your eyes. Yes, so that's all from my end. Any questions or any sharing? Anybody has any feedback? You can take your time. I know you are into a very relaxed state of mind after taking this pledge. Yeah, so I have a very big fee for the session. You have to promise me, everyone has to promise me that how much ever you can do. Yeah, I'm not telling that you start exercising 40 minutes, start with 5 minutes, but do something. There can be no excuse. If there is pain in legs, work out your hands. If there is pain in hands, work out your legs. If nothing you can do, lie down, do shavasana, do pranayam, but do something. Just start moving the needle. The journey of 1,000 miles, who will complete the statement? Yeah, journey of 1,000 miles. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Nice.
Starts with one step.
Starts with one step. So let's take that one step together and let's motivate. I'll open the group again and I hope to see some updates regarding exercise. That's the biggest motivation for me as a coach, seeing you guys follow. Yeah, start with one step. Yeah, there's a question. What is example of neat? Okay, anybody can give example of neat. Yeah, washing clothes. Yeah, washing clothes can be example of neat. Um, Taking a staircase, if you don't have any leg issues, maybe you can take a staircase instead of an elevator. That can be, or escalator, that can example of a need. Household activities, like I'm standing and taking this session. See, I'm not sitting here. I'm using a standing desk. I'll show you quickly. Yeah, I'm just moving the camera. If you can see, can you look? So this is example of need that I'm not sitting and taking, because in my arthritis, the stiffness aggravates when I sit for long periods. Even you can stand. If anybody is sitting for the last 40 minutes, please feel free to stand, move, walk, and listen to this session. So that is example of need. Anything that moves you, anything that moves you other than exercise is need. Okay, next is, can I do yoga class if I have degenerated spine? See, degenerated spine again is a very subjective thing, but yes, even I had a degenerated hip joint, degenerated spine, cervical spine, but I did yoga class. But inform your instructor whatever limitations you have. So people at the yoga institute were very gentle with me. They never ever forced me to do any asana. With care, compassion, love, acceptance, they healed me completely. Beautiful place. I know few of you go there and you should continue that. It's a excellent place. Yeah, Garima. Yes.
Manish, I wanted to understand. So I do yoga exercises very slowly, okay? And my daughter has started doing yoga plus some exercises for 20 minutes, looking at the YouTube videos. She's 14 years, okay? So my question was that when I see the YouTube videos, they wear those tight pants, wherein the tummy is tucked and tight, up garments, right? So is that a mandate so that it helps in binding our joints and stuff, or any comfortable clothing is okay?
That's a very good question. I actually forgot to mention about clothing when it comes to exercise. See, in general, as a rule, people with arthritis should avoid tight clothing.
No, no, she doesn't have arthritis. She's doing it for physical fitness.
Yeah, then it's fine. Then it's fine. Then it's not an issue if she is like, but it should not be very tight that the blood flow is affected. Yeah, so just make sure that it's not very tight because sometimes you just look at the film stars and all, they wear very tight clothing and you try to copy them. See, in general, see, I'm not talking about arthritis now, in general also. So, very tight undergarments, very tight jeans. You see, these things restrict the blood flow. So as I said, there are arteries, there are veins, there are tissues all over our body, and blood flow is happening. Blood flow is on. And if you wear very tight bras, very tight clothing, very tight undergarments, yeah, that is not good for us actually.
नहीं तो
So
मेरा ये क्वेश्चन था कि शी इज ओनली 14, वो हाई इंटेंसिटी वर्कआउट करती है जैसे 20 मिनट
yeah,
का, पुशअप्स रहते हैं, जंप्स रहते हैं, ये सब रहते हैं। तो जब हम वीडियो देखते हैं ना, तो उसमें वो लोग टाइट कपड़े पहनते हैं जिससे कि उनका बैक, उनका वो सब एकदम फिट रहता है। तो क्या ये एडवाइजेबल है या वो अपना लुक एंड फील के लिए पहनते हैं, ऐसा क्या होता है?
ज्यादा टाइट नहीं पहनना चाहिए, मैं बोलूँगा। I won't advise that.
So
And
it will not impact on the back or the lower back or something, na?
no,
मतलब
but
yeah.
no, but if they are doing very heavy work, I hope she's not doing very heavy with on YouTube. People who are doing very
Mhm.
heavy, they may need some kind of splints or some kind of back support.
नहीं
But
नहीं 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 नहीं, वो एक्सरसाइज करती है और छोटे 1 kg के डंबल से करती है वो, बस और
no,
कुछ नहीं।
then don't make her wear very tight clothing at this age, I would say.
ओके ओके या थैंक्स।
Thank you. Yeah. So I think we have a couple of questions in the chat box. Can you tell us the exercises you help avoid doing the previous month? Sophia, can you just you?
Hello.
Yes, Sophia. Yeah.
Um,
Are you asking about me, which exercises I avoided? I think that's the question. Yeah. So what I avoided was lateral movements of the legs because there was a tear in the hip joint. So lateral movements I avoided. I avoided squatting. I avoided lunges and sitting on the floor. That's it. I avoided these four movements and my pain was gone. The arthritis settled. Yeah. Can you please share the name of the yoga institute? It is called the Yoga Institute Santa Cruz. It's in Mumbai near the airport. So maybe you can visit. And they have online also now. Yeah. Swimming pool water is cold. So will it give me more pain? Yeah, this is a bit tricky. Yeah. So Krishna ji, what? Yes, Pooja, thank you. Yeah. So if you want to swim, water is cold. I can understand. So take a hot shower prior and after to doing swimming. And water is not that cold also. I also go in water many times. Sometimes you feel cold. Another trick that I do is I carry a bottle. So this bottle you see, so this is made up of a special material where water stays hot. So maybe you can take temperature control water bottle and keep sipping water in between just to keep your body warm from within. Yeah. But yes, in general, if water is very cold, it may aggravate your arthritis. So you need to be like balance that. Yeah. Very good question. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Any exercises of fingers and thumb release? Okay. See, Nita, are you having rheumatoid arthritis? The reason for asking because before suggesting exercise also you should know the condition of the person. No. Okay, then there are many exercises. Let me cover that in the practical session. We have very less time today. I'm going to take a few concept class this today. I can see this is a concept. We will do some exercises also. So maybe we can do that during that, and I'll share if you don't are not there. I'll upload these recordings on YouTube also. Exercises for osteoporosis. Yoga is very good. Strength training is very good for osteoporosis. Uh, Again, mistake people do is from watching YouTube channels and doing a lot of jumping, hopping, all those things. Don't do that. Osteoporosis, I have a separate video. I took a separate session on osteoporosis about exercises also. I'll share the link in the group also. So Pooja, if you can just search YouTube and share it right away so people may get. So I'm
I have a question.
just a sec. Just a sec.
Yes.
So, Olivia, I've done a separate session altogether on osteoporosis. Maybe that will help you. And there are in detail I mentioned about exercises also which you can do. Yeah, Shikha, yes.
So yeah, hi. So the thing is, I joined in little late, so I don't know if you've covered that. But I have got RA, And what has been happening is I've been doing yoga, but on and off, I'm finding that my whether it's the tennis elbow or the golf elbow, like I'm coming to know new parts of the body which are getting a bit swollen while I'm exercising. And I also tried to do strength training, but when I even picked up little weight and tried to, it became more sore, and I had to give up. So I tried twice in the last 1 year, and then next thing I know, I can't do it beyond a certain time, and then I have to take physiotherapy sessions to reduce that swelling or that pain. So my entire shoulder and my hand, left hand, everything is again in pain. So I'm a bit lost. One thing they say, you strengthen your muscles, and on the other hand, when I'm doing that, I'm not able to do that. So I just need kind of some guidance on that. What
Okay,
should I do?
let me give a short demo. If everybody wants, they you can join me. So let us do strengthening of the shoulders without using any weights. People with any kind of arthritis can do. Only people with frozen shoulder, please be careful. Others be with me. Just place the camera slightly away from you. Okay, let's do a short 2 minute or 3 minute shoulder strengthening exercises. If you are not exercising at all, then you can, if you feel a lot of pain, then keep your hands down. Okay, just take your hands wide this way, hands wide. Okay, and there are two imaginary walls. You just push them. That's it. Don't hold your breath. Like I told in the session today, never hold your breath. Just keep pushing. Close your eyes. And now just start making very small circles with your shoulders. Now, if you do continue doing this for the next 2 minutes, you'll start feeling a bit numbness and pain in your shoulders. So what we are doing is simply using the power of gravity to resist. So this is also strength training. So Shikha, you don't actually need to, yeah, you can keep your hands down. Some of you might be feeling uh, something in the kuch hota hai in the, I say, in the shoulders. Yeah. So see, again, Shikha, I've covered this, yeah, but I'll repeat this again quickly. If something triggers your pain again and again, that is not for you. Strength training is important, but lifting dumbbells is not the only way. You can like this simple exercise, if you do for 2 minutes now, believe me, your shoulders will become strong.
Okay.
I do these kind of exercises only in my classes, and it works wonders with people, and they really develop strength in their arms. Yeah, never use heavy weights or anything. So general rule of thumb is anything triggers your pain, it is not right. Maybe the form is wrong or the intensity is too hard. So maybe just take a step back, take a step back.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe consult a physiotherapist or a certified person who has good idea of your condition. Take a written plan and follow it to the T. That's it.
Okay. Because actually, I went to a sports physio and I did that because the first time round it didn't work out. So the next time I was like, okay, I'm going to go to a professional. And again, I had the same thing. And it just, my neck gets jammed when I do bhujangasana or anything that I'm putting weight on my arms. Like, I don't know. So I'm like very lost, and probably I'll check in with you separately later and find out more about it, if that's okay with you.
Sure,
Yeah.
Shikha, I'll help you out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, no
Thank
problem.
you so much.
No problem. So exercises of frozen shoulder again depends on the intensity of the how bad it is. If it's initial stage, it can be very easily reversed. But if it is a very advanced stage, you may need some injections or some medications first to douse down the inflammation that is there, and then only you can exercise. So it's a very tricky question, very challenging to reply. But in general, for frozen shoulder, like I have a client now with RA, and she has left shoulder completely frozen, and now it is 80% mobile. So the problem with her was, I'll just quickly show what I did. So her hand was like this. It used not to come up. She could not bring it up from here. So what I told her, try from front. From front, it was still this much. And gradually we started doing small circles this way, very small circles this way. Then I told, take your hand like this and try and take it up. She couldn't take it. I told, do this. So what I did was I was just trying to make the joint more mobile. So maybe one angle may be challenging for you. Try another angle. There are so many angles because shoulder is a ball and socket joint. You can move it in so many directions: front, back, left, right, up, down. All cannot be jammed. Yeah, very rare case. I don't think haven't found a single case yet where entire shoulder is jammed and you cannot move at all. If that is that bad, then I don't think anything can be done. But for others, try another angle, and she is so happy now. 80% her shoulder is free. जितना होता है उतना तो करो. Yeah, not try to do what is not happening. Do what you can do. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, Shika. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone has? No. Okay. So as I normally, it's been our like pratha bolte, yeah, we are ending our sessions with a song. So let's end the session today with a very motivational song. So this is from my favorite Dr. Rida Khan from Pakistan. I think you will love this song and will really motivate you to take charge of your life. And I'll end the session with a song. Okay, here is the song.
देख रही हूँ कि तुम हिम्मत हार चुके हो। नहीं, उठो यार। तुम्हें पता है कि जब तुम यहाँ तक आ सकते हो ना, तो तुम आगे भी जा सकते हो। और तुम हो क्या, और तुमने करना क्या है, और तुम कर क्या सकते हो? मेरी बात सुनो, बताती हूँ। कायल परिंदा है तू, दिखला दे जिंदा है तू, बाकी है तुझ में हौसला। तेरे जुनू के आगे अंबर पनाहे मांगे, कर डाल तू जो फैसला। टूटी तकदीरें तो क्या, टूटी शमशीरें तो क्या, टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदिया, हर मैदान फतेह। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदिया, हर मैदान फतेह। अब करना क्या है? इन गर्दिशों के बादलों पे चढ़ के, वक्त का गिरबां पकड़ के, पूछना है जीत का पता, जीत का पता। इन मिट्टियों पे चांद तारे भर के, आसमां की हद से गुजर के, हो जा तू भीड़ से जुदा, भीड़ से जुदा। कहने को जर्रा है तू, लोहे का छर्रा है तू, टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदिया, हर मैदान फतेह। कोशिशें, तेरी कोशिशें ही कामयाब होंगी, जब तेरी ये जिद आग होगी, फूंक देगी ना उम्मीदियां, ना उम्मीदियां। तेरे पीछे पीछे रास्ते ये चल के, बाहों के निशानों में ढल के, पूछ लेंगे जीत का पता, जीत का पता। लम्हों से आंख मिला के, रख दे जी जान लड़ा के, टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदिया, हर मैदान फतेह। कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह, कर हर मैदान फतेह रे बंदिया, हर मैदान फतेह।
So thank you all for joining. We'll meet next again, mostly in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.